Today we have our guest here, Sandhya Ravishankar ma'am. She's going to explain us, or she's going to take us through Bihar. Whatever happened in Bihar, we all know the tsunami that happened, the political tsunami that happened in Bihar yesterday, and she's going to take us through that. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
So,
What
tell
a
us what
victory.
actually transpired.
What a sweep. It's the women. It's entirely the women. If you look at the turnout, for example.
But there is always, I'm sorry to interject, but there has always been, it has been said that the women turnout has always been slowly
It has,
increasing.
but this has been 9 percentage points more than men. 71% women, while it's 62% men, turnout wise.
Yeah, it was
And
9% increase.
Yeah, it's a 9 percentage
9%
point
difference.
increase. And in many districts where the JDU has won in a big way, there has been huge women voter turnout.
Okay.
And obviously the 10,000 rupees scheme.
Was it only the 10,000 rupees scheme,
One
or
of-
was it also the fear of the jungle raj?
I think a lot of factors contributed, like you rightly said, the fear of Jungle Raj, and already Nitish Kumar has a very a very good image amongst the women, generally amongst the voters there.
And I also am given to understand that sentiment played a role, in the sense that people were thinking Lalu is without job, yet he is with his family.
Yeah.
But Nitish, if he goes out of job, he has no family.
Yeah.
That was how it was.
That's very similar to what people used to think about Jayalalitha Ma.
Yeah.
So
She has no family. So
correct.
we are the
We are
people
her
who,
family,
we
yeah.
have to be with her. So that
Yeah.
was the kind of feeling or sentiment that was prevailing. That is what is being.
Yes, that's true. And he's also known as Sushasan Babu there. So development, progress. He's synonymous with that. It's actually more of a JDU, push than the BJP. If you actually look at the numbers, though the BJP has done better, it has improved its number of seats and the vote share. But it's the JDU which has sort of staged a pretty big comeback.
Yeah. Because it was
So from 40 to 3 seats in 2020, they've come up to 85, which is double. It's massive.
How were they able to achieve it? Apart from this 10,000, what do you think actually went into the plan?
So the whole narrative around free power for domestic households, that has helped. That's one of the things. And we also have to look at how the RJD's vote bank has sort of split. Because Tejaswi Yadav was announced as the CM face of the India lens. But despite that, their core Yadav vote bank seems to have splintered and people have moved to the JDU.
Okay.
The Yadavs, some sections of Yadavs seem to have moved to the JDU. So, it's they've been saying, right, like the MY formula of
Muslim Yadav.
Yeah, Muslim Yadav formula of the RJD has now has been transformed into Mahila and youth, women and youth.
Okay.
So, which has favored the JDU and the BJP. So, it's just absolutely extraordinary turnout by the women. I mean, they have come out and they have made themselves heard. Yeah.
They have given a very strong mandate.
Exactly.
But coming back to this, the players in the election, one cannot discount Prashant Kishore.
Well, look, frankly, I feel a little sorry for him because people are trolling him saying, you were giving advice to so many politicians.
I read a tweet where they were saying, it goes this way. It says, this happens when the advertising agency considered itself to be the product.
I saw that also. It's a little sad because, I'm pretty sure he knew he's not going to do very well. I don't think he was under any illusion because at the last minute he decided not to contest.
Yeah, but he would have not expected this to be so pathetic, that 3.4% or whatever that he has come out with.
Perhaps, but I don't think anyone really expected this kind of a sweep in the first place.
Yeah, but the confidence level that he had, because people do take his words seriously. And I happened to see an interview where he comes out and openly challenges and says that if JDU gets anything beyond 25, he will quit politics.
No, but he's very popular amongst people who like to discuss politics in the English and the upper section of Hindi speaking.
I still remember before the Lok Sabha elections in 2024, he was going to studio hopping,
Correct.
going into every studio and claiming that it's going to go beyond 360,
Yeah.
370.
Correct.
That's how they're going to perform.
Yeah.
This is what an NDA is going to perform. This is what he was saying. But
Yeah.
then he ended up miserably wrong.
That's the whole point. And also, we have to understand that the average voter in Bihar is probably not listening to what he's saying or doesn't consider him as a very serious player in the first place.
But he had spent months there,
Yeah.
going through the.
That's true. He
villages.
did a Padayatra and he
was
apparently
camping there.
Yeah, he was apparently staying in villages and everything. I don't know. Something obviously went seriously
And
wrong.
who did he end up damaging?
I think one of his candidates has damaged, if I'm not wrong, the LJP,
Okay.
one candidate.
Now,
But nothing more
speaking
than
about
that.
LJP, we can't, again discount the Chirag factor.
LJP is amazing. I mean, before the elections, this guy was saying, Chirag Paswan is saying, I'm sabzi mein namak, which means I'm the salt in your porial, your vegetable dish. But he has turned out to be salt, garam masala, turmeric, everything.
Phenomenal performance. I think
Absolutely.
how much has he ended up with? 21 seats?
19 seats out of 29 that he contested.
Good,
Which
because
is
a lot of people
phenomenal.
are saying that 29 seats was too much for him.
Correct.
So people are saying that they've yielded too much for him, but then he has ended up successful. In fact, at one point of time, I could see that he's tripled the score of Congress.
Correct. And remember in 2020, he had exactly one seat. They won one seat.
Okay.
Because he contested alone, right? It's without an
understand.
alliance. Phenomenal performance.
So he
frankly.
has added. You believe that he has added value to the.
Of course, definitely. Look, it's a Dalit party. So he has obviously captured the Dalit imagination in Bihar to some extent. Himself and this RLM, they have obviously done something that is working. And it's really good to see that youngsters like this are now coming up.
Okay.
There's another interesting trivia that we picked up. There are 4 seats. Actually, BJP could have won 4 more seats very easily. These are I have the list here. So these are basically Chanpatia. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Phobsganj, Goh, and Ramgarh.
Okay.
The margin of victory or defeat for the BJP has been 30 votes,
Okay.
95 votes, 700 odd votes, 200 odd votes. That's it. So it's been also an election where the winning margins have
Shrunk.
and this has happened at least 14 seats that we know of.
14 seats.
14
okay.
seats. The margins are within 1,000 votes.
And what about this particular tweet that I happened to see from the Kerala Congress? I don't know whether you saw that tweet. It speaks about how more than 168 seats, which the NDA won. That is where the SIR voters were active. I don't know what they mean by SIR voters. SIR was throughout the state.
I really don't understand what are SIR voters. As in, they are voters who have been removed or who have been.
Because
That doesn't make any sense.
Because they keep talking about 66 lakh voters who were removed. Not a single complaint came.
Correct. Even the Congress has not complained.
Has not complained and gone to the court, stating that these voters, have been
are genuine and they have been removed or whatever.
And about 20 lakh plus, 20 plus lakh voters have been added.
Correct.
And there has not been a single complaint
Again,
that they were bogus voters and they have been added. So where do they come up with these numbers?
I have no idea. The Congress has been trying very hard to, brand the SIR as some major conspiracy theory, like something that the BJP is doing across the nation to, ensure that they win. And I frankly don't see how it's possible. Because all of your major political parties in each state, especially if it's an opposition ruled state like Tamil Nadu. It's people your government officials who are going out and doing the
Correct.
SIR.
Correct.
It's not somebody who's airdropped from
And nobody
Delhi.
can come out and say that I don't want the voter list corrected.
Exactly.
Everybody will want the correct list to be out.
Correct. Now, if let's say, for example, somebody's grandmother has passed away, anybody can, create a fake Aadhaar or whatever and go, and if they know the roll number, they can go and vote. This is preventing all of that.
And vote deletion or vote addition. This practice has always been there.
Yeah, every election.
Before every election.
Every election. It's just not given a name called SIR. That's all.
And last time it was done, I think I'm given to understand 2009 or something like that. We had where 49 lakh voters were removed in Tamil Nadu.
Correct.
Just before the elections.
Yes.
So where is the scope for complaint?
And nobody complained. DMK did not complain. ADMK did not complain. BJP did not complain.
Yes.
Congress did not complain. What was the problem? We just, as we speak, just a few minutes back, our newest politician, actor turned politician, has also spoken about this as if it's a big conspiracy theory. He's calling upon his Gen Z fans to make sure that their votes are not deleted, be watchful, be aware. What are you talking about? He obviously does not understand the process at all or what it's about, or on the other hand, he's deliberately misleading.
Would you care to explain the process? What is this SIR?
I think you can explain it better, Kishore. I've seen that you've done enough research on it.
No, see, special intensive revision per se is about, there's been frequent talks about voters added and voters deleted. And we've had complaints coming in various constituencies. For example, if you take the Teenagar constituency, the candidate who was a runner-up was Sandhya from ADMK. He went to the court where he claims that 13,000, he has a record. And he says, see, I have proof of 13,000 genuine voters
who have been left out.
So, and it also has a number of voters, bogus voters who have been added. Now, this 13,000 plays a very important role in my defeat. Now, he has a right to go to the court.
Correct.
And he says that.
Correct.
Now, when the election commission comes to the court, because notice was issued to the candidate, DMK candidate, and also to the election commission. The election commission comes to the court and says very clearly that, look, we are going to look into this in such a way that in future we do not have such claims coming up, and therefore we will ensure, this is the duty of the election commission, that they ensure that as much as possible these issues are sorted out and these problems are removed. We'll definitely have seen, and
it's definitely very much the election commission's job to do this. And
in a vibrant democracy, you will have questions of bogus voters coming in, or you will have doubts raised, and you will have vote additions, deletions.
The largest, most populous country in the world. It's not an easy task.
Yeah, so it is a very huge task. And somewhere the election commission has to get into that process.
Yeah.
Now, if you see the special intensive revision, the intention behind it is to ensure that we do not have this large scale, bogus voting happening, and this should be welcomed by everybody.
Yeah.
And especially because we have these parties like DMK and ADMK, they are having the voter list like the back of their palm.
Exactly.
They
know every street, every house, who votes what in which house.
The district secretary here, for example, the ADMK district secretary here, I was speaking to him. He said, see, Kishore, it is not like before. Earlier, we used to walk into any house and we used to have interactions, so on and so forth. Nowadays, it is not possible. It's becoming increasingly difficult because we have these apartments.
Correct. And people are not very welcoming there.
They are not, and they are like, closed
gated
communities where they are not allowing people inside. So we go to the court and we are saying that please give direction to the election commission to give us a card, some kind of an identity card, which will allow us to interact at least with the secretary of the association of that particular apartment, and then with his permission, with her permission, we will go and we will meet with the people if it is required.
Makes sense.
So they have moved the court. They have done it. Which means that this is a frequent process that is being done by
Yeah.
anybody who's a serious player in the electoral
Correct. There's a
ball game.
it's the sanctity of the voting list at the end of the day.
Absolutely. So for somebody to come out and say, no, we don't. We want the existing voter list to be as it is. We do not want any addition or deletion. And I tell you,
No, but Kishore sir, the point is not that they don't want SIR. If you listen very carefully to what even Vijay is saying, what the DMK is saying, what the Congress is saying, they are saying we want SIR, but we have doubts about the process. Now, these doubts, they do not offer any evidence. They do not offer any kind of anecdotal evidence also or circumstantial evidence. It's just a vague
hearsay.
doubt. It's not even hearsay, it's just doubt. I doubt. Anybody can doubt anything. Does it mean it's true? When an influential politician says it out loud, you will create doubt in the minds of other people.
Absolutely.
You offer evidence. If you think that people are being, knocked off or added, then offer evidence. You have a huge
and what
party
I
at
don't
your command.
understand here is Rahul Gandhi comes out to this press meets where he talks about the hydrogen bomb and atom
the
bomb,
Brazilian
and
model.
and so on and so forth. Now the question is, if you are really serious, then you would put it into a process.
Correct.
Now the process is that you put your evidence down on an affidavit and you submit it. Either you go to the police or you go to the court of law, and you ensure that this is taken seriously and people are made accountable. Now these people are pouncing at Gyanesh Kumar. You just see, even as the counting had just started, within 1 hour of the counting, you see Pawan Khera coming out and giving an interview, where the entire interview he mentions the name of Gyanesh Kumar at least 10 times.
Yeah.
So why do you pounce on somebody?
It's a classic tactic of casting aspersions without evidence on people or on systems and institutions which are part of the democratic fabric of the country. Once you destroy that trust and that credibility, everything falls, right? So I feel it's a very dangerous thing.
Putting it on an affidavit? I mean, you go to the court.
He was asked that, no? Rahul Gandhi was asked that at the end of that hydrogen bomb press meet. And there he said, this is not my job.
Then whose job is it?
It's the election commission's job.
How does it become an election commission's job?
I have no idea.
When you make the complaint, and when you raise it out, and you are not going to back it up with any kind of document.
Correct.
Ridiculous.
And even the person that he named has said that I have had no issues and I voted only once. I don't know, it's just very bizarre.
He also spoke about this famous Brazilian model.
The model.
Who supposedly came to the polling booth
230
times. Which means he should have come at least 20 times to one booth.
Correct. Every 3 minutes. Absolutely
Especially because we will have booth agents sitting in the booths. And they cross-check when every name is called out.
And I'm sure they'll recognize the Brazilian model in the middle of Bihar.
Or if somebody else is going to impersonate the Brazilian model, the Congress people are not going to sit and watch that.
Correct. It's an old organization with a lot of muscle memory. All this will happen like clockwork.
I am flabbergasted because, and I tell you, because this party benefited out of these kind of decisions. If you will, I think when Shankaranand was the minister in 1988, they rushed through the 326 Article 326, 61st Amendment. They rushed through the amendment where they brought in this, brought down the age of the voters from 21 to 18. Almost about 5 crore voters were added. And this happened across a period of 4 months.
Wow.
That is from March 29th, I think the presidential proclamation came. From then to November when the election happened. By October, the list was ready. So within 4 months, almost 13% voters were added.
Oof.
This happened because Rajiv Gandhi was apprehensive that VP Singh and the Janata Dal had been formed, and therefore he was facing defeat, and therefore he rushed this. There was no debate. Nobody questioned it.
Yeah.
they looked at it as a revolutionary step because anyway we had to reduce the age. Globally it was happening in every other place, and this was actually a proposal that was in the cold storage from 1970s, and they had to do it. But the intention behind rushing it was the impending elections. Now if Rajiv Gandhi does it, it is right. But if an election commission does it as per law, which has gone through the scrutiny of the court, the apex court, and it has happened in Bihar.
You don't trust the court also.
Yeah.
You don't trust the election commission.
So
you don't trust the school teachers who are doing this. You don't trust your own booth agents who are roaming around with. Yeah, exactly. Who do you trust? It's absolutely bizarre.
But coming back to Tamil Nadu, what do you think the Bihar, the result? What kind of impact will it have in Tamil Nadu?
Well, frankly, I feel it will be a huge morale boost for the NDA parties, especially the AIADMK, because there has always been a little bit of unease with the AIADMK, in the past, allying with the BJP. They've had their unease, let's put it that way. But I think this is probably going to be a morale boost, and they're going to be happy about the alliance. The second point I feel is that now Vijay, I think the political ground, the confusion in this political ground and the atmosphere right now, what will Vijay do? Whose votes is he going to, upset? Is he going to eat into DMK's votes or ADMK votes or both of them? How much of a dent is he going to make? Is he going to get 18%, 25% vote share? All of this chatter, I feel, is now going to reduce. Okay. And I feel it will move towards becoming a more bipolar election than it was maybe last month. Last month it was a tripolar election. But I think now it's going to... The Vijay factor is likely to come down.
After the Karur incident, I think it's more or less become like bipolar. Though Vijay would want it to be TVK versus DMK. But the fact remains that the credibility has gone for a toss.
Yeah.
You can't have a party that goes into a suspended animation the minute you have a crisis.
A tragedy, yeah.
So, and for a month.
Yeah. It took him a month to speak. And that too only on video.
Yeah.
Recorded video.
See, we've had parties which went on the electoral job even after a huge tragedy striking them. Like,
in fact, the leaders would come there. They will take 2-3 days, but they will come.
Yeah. If you take the example of the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi.
Correct.
It happened bang on the time of election.
Correct. He was in fact campaigning.
Yeah, he was campaigning, and when the tragedy happened and he was assassinated. But you immediately see, a week after that, you will have the party moving forward because the party machinery moves forward. The electoral process moves forward because that's how democracy works.
Yes. And you have to own it, right? If there's something that has happened under your watch, you have to own it. I'm not saying you have to say sorry, but you can show that you feel sorry.
You don't even have to be held responsible.
It's not about responsibility. It's not a blame thing.
Yeah.
It's about owning it, saying, I'm sorry it happened under my watch.
Yes.
That has not
happened, unfortunately. So we can see that it is a bipolar race. Though DMK would like to have it
tripolar
shown as a tripolar, or it's a four-way fight or five-cornered fight. They would like to be, it to be projected that way, but then it is a bipolar fight. If you go into the ground, you will find that it is the ADMK and the DMK who are fighting it out.
Yeah, I mean, if you do a survey now, I think maybe a lot of people will say Vijay. Who do they want as the chief minister? I think a lot of people will say Vijay. But going forward, I think it's going to come down to Stalin versus Edappadi Palanichami.
And we have a lot of other factors. We have the caste factor, we have candidates, we have so many factors.
Booth agents.
Yeah, booth agents. It plays a very important role.
Correct.
Now, coming back to Congress and DMK, what do you think is going to be the equation now post Bihar? Because we were given to understand that Congress was already sending feelers. In fact, I had tweeted and said that Congress is in serious talks with Vijay when it comes to the alliance.
Well, Vijay does sound like the Congress right now. in his latest video message. But
Yeah, the video message also seems to be like he is parroting what Rahul Gandhi would want to
exactly,
talk.
yes. So I mean, we don't know how that things will unfold over there, but the Congress's bargaining power has come down drastically after Bihar. I don't think the DMK is going to be very kind to the Congress this time.
I don't even think they would prefer to give them that 25 seats that they gave them last
Yeah,
time.
exactly. 25 seats will be too much. And because
there are other partners who are asking for more. Like for example, VCK is demanding more, and VCK is justified because if Congress, which is
it's a drag.
lesser consequence when you compare with VCK.
That old Congress allegiance, the voters who had that old Congress allegiance, I think they're all gone now.
It's all moribund.
Very few left. So yeah, and also I really think that Stalin should not ask Rahul Gandhi to come and campaign.
Why would you say that?
I don't think it's a good idea.
My biggest hope is that he would be invited.
You have you have your reasons for that, but yes, I mean,
I've been praying that he should
as
be
a well-wisher, I will say this.
But don't you think Tamil Nadu has a sentiment for Rahul, for the Gandhis? I mean, for Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi or
I think our generations have moved on from that.
Okay.
That was probably maybe my parents' generation, even that a little stretch.
Because that was one of the factors why they won 40 seats in the Lok Sabha.
That was actually not exactly because of the Congress, right? It was because of the DMK.
Yeah, but still it was
an opposition
Rahul Gandhi
vote.
versus Narendra Modi, right?
Yeah, but
And it was also because the DMK had moved out of the NDA, so there was a split.
I don't think it was a pro Rahul Gandhi vote.
Yeah, I could see it in some of the surveys. Earlier in 2019, when we did the surveys, we saw that the support, when we compare it with Narendra Modi, Rahul Gandhi was fetching somewhere around 75%, 80%.
Really?
When it came to, Modi versus Rahul Gandhi.
Here, Tamil Nadu.
In Tamil Nadu. But then when in 2024, when we went to the same places, like for example, Nagapattinam, Modi was ahead.
Yeah.
It was a shocker.
No, but that's true. You know, in the last 10 years, I think, I don't know how, but for some reason, Narendra Modi is not a bad word anymore.
Yeah.
People have warmed up to him. And it's the same with Amit Shah.
It always happens psychologically with people who continue to win. So, and the minds of the people is that these leaders are invincible. And therefore...
Yeah, and maybe they're doing something right.
Yeah.
If people are voting them again and again.
So, somewhere they feel that they're doing something right. At least to that extent, I'm able to see a change. But do you think Congress is still relevant in if they decide to go with Vijay?
If they decide to go with Vijay, I think
it's almost 21 MPs are there in the DMK. They wouldn't want to antagonize that.
Frankly, it's good for Congress, but not very good for Vijay.
Kejriwal is out.
He's out.
And I think more or less the Thakres will move out.
Thakres are still there. They have their power and their influence has dwindled. But
No. I'm saying moving out of the India Alliance.
India Alliance. Yeah. Congress is contesting alone in BMC, in the local body elections in Maharashtra.
And Mamata Banerjee would not want to tie up with the Congress when it comes to the elections.
No, she hates the Congress as much as she hates the BJP. So.
When it comes to state elections.
Correct.
I think she will look at them as an extra baggage.
Yeah, of course.
And now Tejasvi Yadav would definitely...
He'll let go of the Congress, I think.
See, the 61 seats dragged him down.
Correct.
So how relevant do you think Congress is going to be when it comes with Vijay? Because there I'm given to understand that Congress is going with Vijay on 3 factors. One is that their bargaining with DMK can be better if they show that they are talking with Vijay. The second is their advantage. If they happen to go with Vijay, then they have an advantage in Kerala, where they are neck to neck with the communists and they don't want to lose for the 3rd consecutive time. They've lost twice. And the third is Pondicherry. So these are the factors.
So Vijay is definitely contesting in Pondicherry.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No doubt about that.
Busi Anand has his own influence there.
Correct.
And he's been talking to Rangasamy as well.
Yeah.
So there I think they would be...
Look, in a sense, those two parties will gel well. Because Congress has its minority vote bank
Intact.
intact, more or less. Vijay, I think, is also pandering to the minority vote bank.
Absolutely.
And of course, the youth are not with the Congress. That much is evident. But one section of youth will vote for Vijay. But beyond that, I think Congress is not going to help TVK as much as TVK is going to help the Congress.
Okay.
It will be a lease of life for the Congress if they manage to go with TVK.
Okay.
But I don't know what Vijay is thinking, because this is
No,
baggage.
Vijay would want
It's
an alliance,
baggage.
because he's going to come out and say that I am going to heed an alliance. And if he's not going to have people coming to him, flocking to him, and they're not going to be significant players. See, you can have.
Yeah, it's a national party at the end of the
we'll
day.
have a significant player that's going to boost his prospect as an image. But I don't see that happening as of now. But I have been predicting and saying that Congress is in talks. When they will take the plunge,
Well, he just sounded like
if
an
they
echo
will
of.
take the plunge.
He just sounded like an echo of Rahul Gandhi. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. He was
So
parodying-
anything can happen.
Yeah, so maybe he was directed to speak,
Perhaps.
and this comes immediately after the Bihar
Yes, results.
result.
And he already spoke to Rahul Gandhi over phone, right? After Karur, I think Rahul
incident,
Gandhi
not
called
once,
him.
twice I am given to understand.
Okay,
And even before that, K.C. Venugopal, the senior leader who is having his own ambitions in Kerala, he had initiated, this is the information I have, that he had initiated discussions, preliminary discussions for alliance, where they were demanding around 66 seats or whatever. This was going on before the Karur incident happened, and after the Karur incident also, Congress has been taking a very soft line.
See, I think the Congress is going to focus only on South right now, like pro-max focus on the South. I think they are going to write off West Bengal, because Mamta versus BJP is very large, and left is also there.
Yes.
Assam, but
maybe
in Assam, maybe yeah.
Yeah, they
but
will give a fight.
Himanta is also very strong over there. Now, when it comes to South India, you have one government already. Karnataka is there. You have Telangana. You have two states in your hand. Now you have presence in Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and of course Pondicherry.
There is a chance of you coming to power in
Correct.
Kerala.
So it makes sense to focus your energies on winnable states, especially after getting a drubbing like Bihar.
Yeah, I know. I was just seeing that Congress has 0 MLAs in the West Bengal Assembly, and it has 2 MLAs in Uttar Pradesh,
Oh God.
and it has now 6 MLAs in Bihar. And Maharashtra, I think they have about 14 or whatever.
Yeah.
Which means these are the 4 most populated states.
Yeah.
And hardly you can put them
But
all.
they've been decimated.
You can put them all in a minivan.
North
the
India,
MLAs.
North Indian states, or north of the Vindhyas, they're decimated. It's really sad, frankly. So yeah, it makes sense to play your cards in the southern states where you stand a bit more of a chance. You ally with a new guy.
South has traditionally been pro-Congress. They have,
Correct.
at least given it life, I would say.
Yes,
Though
that's true.
It removed them from power when it comes to state elections. Like in 67, it removed the Congress from power
Correct.
forever. But yet, they have been giving the lifeline for the Congress when it comes to the national scenario.
Yes.
Like Indira Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi.
We've sent so
Rajiv
many MPs from here, from Tamil Nadu.
So that is the situation where we are today. So let's see where this takes us. Thanks a lot for coming to the studio.
Thank you very
and giving
much.
us this interview.
Thanks for having me.